All right, the story today is electricity. There's a lot of old cables in here that I'm pretty sure don't serve a purpose. And I say that because almost all of these end up at nothing. They might have been wired to something in the old setup of the van. The only cable that I know we need is the only one left, and that one goes all the way back and then falls in here, hard to see, and that's the tail light, which is also why we didn't cover this up, because if we need to redo the bulb or something, we need access. And then it splits off and comes down on this side to be the other tail light, also open over there. My goal is to find a way to have this new hookup somehow be connected like bespoke as we want it to that battery. That's just how I want it to be. I don't care about wiring it to the internals. I don't want to use the old internals. So current mission is to make sure these cables are safe to remove and I can follow them. They go down through here, probably through that stem to that down there, and there's a hole through the engine where I can see what they're hooked up to. But knowing that there's nothing on this end means they're probably safe to remove. I just need to be careful when I do that. Currently, big surprise, there's a lot going on in here that I can't really tell. I know that this white and red is the same white and red as I found in the back, but it's also like taped together with these other gray ones and this big red one, and for reasons I don't know, I can't pull this out. So I'm currently unscrewing things on here, mostly for fun, like to see what it looks like behind, but then also I will see if that helps me with my cable situation. After an entire lunch break for our working from home, I was able to remove this panel beneath the steering wheel, which is probably the primary thing I need to get done. And it's just pretty dirty back there, might be nice to clean it, and it's fun seeing all the colorful cables and trying to guess what they hook up to. See, to me, this is just cool. It's cool seeing what all goes on back there. This is all one sheet of plastic, but you can't tell. It's all really dirty, so I'll try to clean it out. There's like some crap in here. Well, here, I was able to remove this whole front chunk of the console. These two screws were hiding behind this lid that covers the cigarette area and cigarette lighter. And now we can see the power that goes to the cigarette lighter. Maybe we can still use that as a charger. I'm not sure. But this was also that I could get these two cables here. I can't see where they go, but now I can. The whole dash is back on, and I tried my best to give it a little cleaning. It's a lot cleaner now than it was. And all the cables that I was concerned about found a home. Those guys down there, you know, it seems like there might be an extra piece of trim we could throw down there when that comes. And obviously this flooring has to get cleaned up too. So that's all good. But meanwhile, all the cables up here that I was concerned about were either removed or just cut off like that guy. I couldn't get him out. I don't know what he connects to down there. So the only one remaining is this guy here, which is good. Which takes me to this bad boy here. This is the Max fan. And here's the cable it wants to connect with. So the deal with the fan situation is I've got these two booklets here. This is the Max fan instruction booklet. And then here's the instruction booklet for my power cell. And in the Max fan directions, it says, hey man, you gotta connect this to your insulated 16 gauge electrical connectors provided. Connect the vehicle's 12 volt power to two Max fan power wires located on the driver's side of the Max fan. But anyway, 12 volt power to the van. And I just ripped out those cables intentionally because I don't want to connect it to the van battery. It's old, I don't want it draining, I want it ready to start the van whenever. So then I pull up this guy and I'm like, okay, well, is there a 12 volt output? And I see that the AC things are 120 volt, and I'm no electrical guy, but obviously 120 is not 12. But I see that the USB, one of them says 12 volt, 18 watt max per port. So again, I'm not an electrician, but I think one of those will work. So then the question is, how do I wire up these guys here to be plug-inable down there? That is what remains to be seen. That's the next challenge. That's the next challenge on the electrical arc, because once I can get this sealed and like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna run it down the wall, and then at some point here there's gonna be a seam where it'll come out and then probably plug into where the battery will generally be, which is right here. Because once that's done, then we can insulate what's up here, which I have a plan for. And then ideally that insulation can form a good seam onto this, and it'll all be connected. And then this will actually look like it goes all the way up. Riley's dad said you can make the seams be like some nicer wood, like some oak wood or something like that, or you can make it that sort of automotive felt or whatever material that is that most cars already have for a roof, something like that. Boy, is it sweaty today. But yeah, that's all for now. As always, remember, paddle your own canoe. It says to hook it up to the van. I don't want to do that. I have my reasons. I want everything to be modular. Don't do what everyone tells you to do, necessarily. you can find new ways to wire things up. Alright, I'm filming this before I actually do it because it seems too good to be true. So this is our end here, and the booklet says he wants 12 volts. Okay, fine. This guy down here doesn't give out 12 volts, he gives out this, a wall situation. So I reached out to some people who know a little more than me, and they said that a lot of everyday chargers, in fact, convert from 12 volt output, and they can take in 120 from the wall. So this guy is gonna plug into there, and then all we have left is this little guy here. This is like an appliance, I guess like a radio or perhaps a electric kettle, this type of power level. Like it's a cylinder, and that's a little spooky. But right here you can see it's like two little cables right there. So I'm prepared to just snip that off and see how well these two guys get along, and maybe it's that simple. It's not obvious which one's in or out, or positive or negative or whatever. Split them or something like that. Got my camera on the floor because I'm stupid. But they aren't exactly the same. There's like, one of them's white and one of them has words on it. I can't tell which one's in and which one's out. Does it matter? Yes, I'm sure it does. What happens if you wire it up wrong? If you do positive to positive and negative to negative, or whatever the wrong direction would that even be a problem? Probably. So I don't know which side's positive and which side's negative, but I've got it plugged in. I'll be careful. I think I should just test it. Hey, check this out. Oh, that rules. That's a cool breeze. I'm the last one here, because I drove separately in the van, and I'm totally fine cleaning it up. I also gotta strap everything down nice so it doesn't jiggle around. What a great success. It was rainy, so we had a spare in the van. We scrambled together and it worked. I was on the cot thing, he was on a sleeping bag beneath it. The vent auto shut with the rain, and it rained a lot. And it was doable, and we lived, and it was good. So first real camping trip in the van, one night, never hurt, and I'm real happy with it.